Hello and welcome to Armourgate Radio Communications. I'm so excited to be back. I'm your host, Adeola Gbadebo. And this quarter, we'll launch a brand new series, Rise and Lead, the new playbook for young leaders. And our tagline is Learn fast, lead well, leave a legacy. We're starting the episode today. The introductory episode is also the first episode. And we're trying to talk about the rise mindset. What is the mindset that makes one rise? We're defining leadership in the 21st century. So my advice is this: if you're a young professional ready to level up, to lead with purpose and move up at the speed the world demands in this fast-paced, world, this series is for you. You need to sit down, take a pen, take a paper, take notes. You need to listen to this over and over again. So let's introduce the team. Rise and lead. Rise and lead. Okay, so our discussion this season is built around three psychological drivers. Number one is mastery. Mastery. It's about skills. The next is meaning. To search our soul for purpose, trying to make meaning, trying to define purpose. And the third is momentum, gaining speed and agility. I call them the 3 M's of rising. The 3 M's of rising. Mastery, talking about the skills. Meaning, talking about finding purpose. And momentum, which is about speed and agility. So over the next few weeks, we'll give you the mindset. We'll talk about the mindset, the frameworks, and the practical steps to rise quickly and to lead well so your work lasts beyond you. You leave a legacy. Today, we begin with the most important building block, mindset. And I start with this opening quote. Leadership is not about being in charge. It is about taking care of those in charge. Thank you, Simon Sinek, for that wonderful quote. The rise mindset. Leadership today is not a job title. It's not a corner office. It's a choice. A daily decision to accept responsibilities for outcomes, for people, and for change. In a world shaped by technology, speed, and constant disruption, the leaders who thrive are those who combine purpose with initiative. So this episode will help you reframe leadership as service and influence rather than authority. I'll take that again. It will help you reframe leadership as service and influence rather than authority. It will also help you adopt mental models that allow fast, ethical decision making allows fast, ethical decision making, and also activate small daily habits that build leadership momentum. You know that song, little drops of water, little grains of sand, makes the mighty ocean and the bunch of sea. The little small daily habits that build momentum in leadership. The psychological drivers we focus on today, meaning and momentum. Meaning, why you lead. Momentum, how quickly and confident you act. When meaning fuels momentum, you stop waiting for permission. You begin to create permission. You step in when the opportunity arises. Meaning and momentum. So let's quickly dive into mindset shifts for emerging leaders. Mindset shifts for emerging leaders. So there are some core mindset shifts that are practical, testable, and repeatable. These shifts help us to take, small steps, and cultivate small habits that are repeatable, that we can test, and they are practical. So let us look at it. I want to move the mindset from a mindset of title to responsibility. Leadership is not title. It's not about being called the president or the governor or the managing director or the CEO. It's not about that. It's about responsibility. The old view, when I get promoted, I'll lead. The right view is that you lead now. Lead from where you are, regardless of the title. Solve problems, protect your teammates, and own outcomes in your current role. So tactically, you need to volunteer to lead a small project. Maybe this week, maybe in a place of work. It could be in a church or the mosque. It could even be in the family. Yeah, even if it's informal. Volunteer. Put yourself out for leadership. You can only get to be a better leader by leading. Let's go to the second mind shift. From knowing it all to learning fast. Leaders, we usually assume that leaders know it all. So when people get to positions of leadership, they begin to act like they were El Shaddai, like they are the all-knowing, the all-powerful. However, it's supposed to be that they begin to learn fast. There are so many things to learn. Too many things to learn. So the old view is that leaders have all the answers. But you see, the right view is about leaders learn faster than others. Curiosity beats certainty. The curious, they want to inquire, they want to learn, they are open-minded. So what's the tactical part of it? Adopt a 30 minutes daily learning spirit. Tell yourself, I'm going to learn something new. Take at least for 30 minutes every day. Read, watch, or practice one new concept. That's it. It's an action that you need to take. The next one is from risk avoidance to calculated experimentation. Old view, avoid mistakes at all costs. Leaders don't want to be vulnerable. They are avoiding mistakes. But the rise view says that use small experiments to reveal big truths. Use your minimum viable product thinking for decisions. Tactically, what do you need to do? Run one micro experiment, a pilot, something like a survey, a landing page, an MVP, something you want to throw out to test the waters. Can you do that within the next 7 days? Let's see. And you can give us the feedback. We'll be glad to hear it from you. Would like to hear from you. So let's move to the fourth mindset shift now. Don't forget, I've spoken about 3 mindset shifts: from title to responsibility, from knowing it all to learning fast, from risk avoidance to calculated experimentation. Now the fourth is from command to conversation. Command to conversation. The old view is about command and control. The leader has to be fully in charge. Nobody dares. When the leader is coming, everybody must stand up. Everybody must shake. This is an enigma coming into the room. So we need to move away from that command and control mindset to a rise mindset of influence through empathy and clarity. Influence through empathy and clarity. Ask them, ask questions, listen to people talking, synthesize. And tactically, you need to start your next meeting with one open question and listen for 3 minutes before speaking. The fifth mindset shift is from burnout heroics to sustainable action. The old view is talking about hustle until collapse. The right view says sustained contribution beats short sprints. Sustained contribution beats short sprints. So you're supposed to build systems to protect your energy. Tactically, block a consistent thinking hour on your calendar each weekday. That you just be quiet and think for an hour in a day. So remember that we're moving from some set of mindsets to new one. I'll take them again. We're moving from title to responsibility. We're moving from knowing it all to learning fast. We're moving away from risk avoidance to calculated experimentation. We're moving from command to conversation. We're moving from burnout heroics to sustainable action. Next, we want to talk about practical framework, the RISE loop. So what I've done is to use RISE as an acronym, for reflect. What worked? What did not work? And the next thing you need to do is to identify one high leverage skill or problem or challenge. Identify one high leverage skill or challenge. And S is for start a rapid experiment. Start a rapid experiment. And then E, embed the learning into routine or scale it. Embed that learning into a routine or scale it. This loop trains both meaning and momentum. You stay purposely, you stay purposeful even while you are moving fast. You are still purposeful. So my target is that at the end of this episode, you will be able to see leadership as service and influence, not title. And you'll be ready to act this week to lead a small project, to volunteer, run a micro experiment, and start a 30 minutes daily learning spirit. 30 minutes, learn something new for 30 minutes. And then be equipped with a practical loop. Reflect, identify, start, embed. To build momentum. To build momentum. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to go on a short break and then we'll continue after the break. Thank you.
Armourgate, founded in 2008 out of a desire to build transgenerational structures for organizations, institutions, and nations. We have worked with large businesses, international development organizations, and public sector ministries and agencies. Armourgate, our uniqueness is that we do not just work for you, we work with you. For example, we do not leave you to the task after sourcing talent that will help the new hire settle into robust leadership development programs. We are technical experts in advising and supporting institutions on strategy and leadership, artificial intelligence, strategic human resource management, public sector reform, finance, audit and tax, FAT, and strategic communications. We do all this and more out of a desire to transform nations through institutions and organizations. For further inquiries, email contact@thearmourgate.org or call +234 810 999 6666, +234 807 957 4151, and +161 0504 6026. www.thearmourgate.org. Armourgate, building to endure and transforming nations through institutions and organizations.
Welcome back to Armourgate Radio Communications. We're still on the new series we just started today, Rise and Lead. Rise and Lead, and we spoke about the Rise mindset, and we're talking about moving from the old mindset to the new Rise mindset. So I want to, help us to look through this challenge, which is a real world tone. Imagine a junior product manager who notices users dropping off during onboarding. Imagine a junior project manager who notices users dropping off during onboarding instead of fixing everything. She runs a 7-day test with a simplified sign-up flow. Results: conversational in product. The result is conversion improves by 12%. Because of what? Because of the test that she ran during the sign-up. She found out that people were dropping off during the onboarding. Now she documents the change, shares credit with the team, and leads a rollout. Title didn't change, impact did. That's the right mentality. That's the right mindset in action. That's how it got to be. So, I did say that the listeners' outcome is that you want to see leadership as service and interest and influence, and not the title. And that at the end of this week, I'd love you to at least volunteer to lead a small project. Join a project, be a volunteer. Now I want to call you together to listen to this. Let's take a challenge. Lead now. Take responsibility for one problem in your team, in your church, in your family, with your friends. One problem that has become almost, a regular, something that is becoming regular, and propose at least one solution. One problem that is common, and propose a regular solution. Propose a regular. Now, the next thing is that you want to learn fast. Spend 30 minutes per day on a skill that matters. For example, on communication, data literacy, AI basics. These are things that you can't learn them all. You can't learn everything, but learn something new about each one of these skills at least 30 minutes a day. Experiments. Run one 7 to 14 day micro experiment to test an idea. Send us one line update of your program and of the program and your progress also. And then you can send it to us on our WhatsApp at contact@thearmourgate.org. An email rather, our email at contact@thearmourgate.org, and our WhatsApp line +234 810 999 6666. We'll feature selected wins on our show. Yeah, we'll talk about it. So you can send it to us. I have an action code for us. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started before you be great. Thank you very much. Leadership in the 21st century is urgent and accessible. It's urgent because change waits for no one. It is accessible because anyone can choose to lead with purpose today. Your title will follow your contribution, not the other way around. Rise with intention. Rise with care. Lead with care. Move with speed. Rise with intention. Lead with care. Move with speed. That's where we're going to stop today. on Rise and Lead, the new playbook for young leaders. And we want us to join us every Thursday as we dig deeper into mastery, building the skills that make you indispensable. Practical tactics on learning faster and leveling up your technical and leadership toolkit. So we want to hear your stories and questions. Reach out to us on our email contact@armourgate.org or on our WhatsApp line +234 810 999 6666 +234 810 999 6666. Follow us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, and don't forget to search for us on YouTube. Look for our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or put up your notifications so that days like this we are sure that you can go back to follow and get many of the recordings, and then you can play this back as many times as possible. Our broadcast times remains Thursdays 5 p.m. The West African time, which is 12 noon Eastern time on Armourgate Radio Communications. I want to leave you with a quote today. Leadership is not about having a title. It's about taking responsibilities. For something larger than yourself. Rise and lead. It's me, Adeola, saying thank you for listening. Rise, lead, and leave a legacy. Thank you. God bless you.